How you doing?
I'm great. Very busy, but I'm great.
Hey, rise and grind, baby. That's what we like to see. You just finished your Chasing Home tour. That must feel really nice now that that's kind of out of the way. That would have been a huge stressor. How did it all
Yeah,
go?
it was tiring for sure, but it was cool. It was cool to like have shows that aren't just me on a lineup of a bunch of people, and being able to have like and be like in Perth and in Melbourne and have like crazy shows like is super exciting. But still getting my voice back from the last show.
I was gonna say, tell me about the hometown Newcastle show. That one would have gone crazy.
Man, it was a dope vibe. It was like I got to play a bunch of like my old songs from my first EP from a few years ago that like I haven't performed in forever, and everyone knew all the words, and like they're like, oh, play this song, play Slide, and then my manager's like in the background like sneakily sending songs to my DJ to get me to play. So it was sick just having people there. I have my family come, so it was awesome.
Tell me about what sort of shows you were playing pre-pandemic. Obviously, that would have been like a huge evolution of now having this following and like a bunch more people being able to sing along your lyrics and having your family watch that as well.
Yeah, it's been pretty crazy. Like the shows pre-pandemic, really, it was like I'd show up, I'd be on like first, it'd be like me and like six other artists. And don't get me wrong, that was dope to, that was like when I'm getting around the scene and you're meeting everybody and you're like coming close with all these artists who are coming up with, but it was always dope. But the crowds are definitely bigger now. The more people know my music, which is dope. And it's just awesome. It's sick.
Was this kind of like your first ever headline tour then?
It definitely was my first ever headline. So it's my first ever like headline shows. Really, my
Wow.
shows. I did one show with Oliver Cronin like last year. That was like sort of like my headline show, but it was really his. But I sort of snuck myself onto
Jump
it.
on board, yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta do that. All right, then can you give me a full snapshot of how your world has changed over the past 12 months or so? Like, what were you doing on like a day-to-day basis then, or I suppose now that just seems like a whole world away?
Yeah, I mean, back then, like it was still similar in a way. Like I was still always like really putting in work with my music, but back then it was more I was making more music, and now it's like I'm doing interviews and I'm doing shows and I'm moving around and stuff like that. So it's very like it's super different. But like yeah, no, it's cool. Lately, there's been like a lot of love. Like I get people are coming up to me when I'm out. Like people are always coming up to me, like at the shops, like in Sydney. Like it's super different, but I'm enjoying every minute.
What was that first fan interaction like? Was that a bit of a what the heck? Or were you like, oh, okay,
Yeah,
I get around this? What
yeah. I was just like
what
excited.
happened?
Someone came up, they're like, "Oh, you're Mason Day." I'm like, "Yeah." Like, "Oh, can we get a photo?" I'm like, "Yeah, man. Yeah, dude.
Then take one on my phone too, man.
Yeah, let's get it." It's dope, and like every time that happens, I'm just like super gassed. It's really like it is kind of weird because it's like what I mean, like having people being like, "Yo, I know you. Hey, let's get a photo." Like, but
Mm.
it's just like really cool, I guess, to see that people like really connect with my music like that.
Yeah, that's at the root of it all. 100%, which is really nice that you can see that like tangibly in real life rather than just
Mm,
numbers on a screen.
yeah,
You kind of touched on it before that you've really have been rising and grinding from day one, and a lot of people know you from T Pain finding your song Dash and reacting to that, but they don't see that years of work behind or before that kind of broke. Can you tell me about how you got into the music scene and when that all kind of started for you, that love of hip hop
mm.
and rap and lyricism?
Yeah. I think like my love of hip hop really started like when I was a kid for sure. Like when I was doing guitar lessons and stuff, like my dad, like on the way to guitar lessons, would be like, "Hey, don't tell your mom," but like he'd like play me Eminem, and
Yeah,
then I
dad.
found like Odd Future, like Tyler Creator, and stuff like that when I was like probably like 2011 or 12 when they were first starting to pop off, and I've always loved hip hop, but and I've always played music, but making songs was never really a thought in my head, and my mom sort of was like, yo, you should write songs. I'm like, how? I don't know. And then when I was probably like almost 18 when I made my first song. And yeah, it's ever since then, like 2018, late 2018, I made my first EP, and I've really been like going hard since then. Then I met my manager Ziggy, who's from Sydney, and he was like, "Yo, come do sessions," all that stuff. And then now I live here, which is pretty crazy. But yeah, I've really been like the last like 2 years, really been locked in and like trying to make songs every day and keep hustling and push my stuff forward.
Yeah, wow. So you kind of really hit the ground running as soon as you wrote that first song. You were like, all right, now I'm ready for an EP. Now I'm ready for
Yeah, it was.
management. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
I fully announced the EP before I even made it. I'm like, it's coming out in December.
You need
So,
that deadline. That's good. You've got that
so we made
accountability.
it. We made it, but it turned from an album to an EP, and yeah, I don't know what I was thinking,
Baby
but
steps, baby
exactly,
steps.
exactly.
So we all know, well, not all of us, but you've got over 300 songs in your back catalog, and you said you're making songs almost every day. Talk to me about that, like, regime, that sort of honing in. Who were kind of the masters of lyrics that you were pulling inspiration from that really pushed you to hone that craft?
Mm,
And was it
good
hard?
question.
Like, how did you go with the process of staying regimented like that?
Man, I think just staying focused. I think is more like for me. It's just about the love of it. Like I love making songs, and I love like going into the studio or like linking up with my producer Liam and just like having no expectations and just being like, all right, let's make this kind of song, or let's make this, or let's just play something and see what happens. Um, but definitely like when I was coming up, like I really love like Frank Ocean as a writer and John Mayer, and obviously at the start there was also like a lot of Travis Scott influence, just based on like all the harder stuff, like just like figuring out how to make something super simple and catchy that you can vibe to. But yeah, heaps of influences for sure. But man, staying hungry is just like yeah, the main part of the regimen, I guess. It's just still being excited and enjoying just like making songs.
Mm. Where did this hunger come from? Because I know in your track Runaway, you talk a lot about, moving around as a child. You kind of paint this almost like fractured image. And I'm curious where that, like, the world can be whatever I want it to be belief
Mm.
began.
I think honestly, I think a lot of it came from my parents.
Hell yeah.
My parents have always supported me and always pushed me to do the music thing. Like my mom was like, she just must have known, man. Like she's like, make songs,
Mums know
do it.
best, man. I tell ya.
Yeah, yeah. And then, like when I finished high school and I was starting to do the music thing, all my friends from school were going to uni, and I was sort of like, oh, I don't know what to do. And my dad's like, don't go to uni, keep making songs. You know what I mean? Like my parents have always been like the people to push me creatively, and yeah, I think just like that like real hunger and stuff has probably just come from like trying to give back everything they've done for me, and sort of like just like I don't know. I've just always had it though. I've always been super
Yeah.
passionate with everything I do.
Yeah, fair enough. Kanye's got Donda. Would you make an album after your mum?
I would called Kara.
Yeah, Kara. There's a lot of things that can rhyme with Kara.
Mm, exactly.
So looping back around to T Pain, you recently went over and worked with him in the States.
Mm.
Is there any scoop on what the fruits of that trip were?
Yeah, music video. Yeah,
Okay.
we shot a music video over there. It's yeah, there was a lot of exciting stuff that went down in America. But yeah, no, we went. No, we really like the main focus of that trip was we wanted to shoot this music video, and just just connect. Really, that was like the main. We really just wanted to like spend some time together and get to know each other a little more because you can only do so much in the public eye. Like you know what I mean, like
Yep, yep, yep.
posting comments and then on FaceTime obviously. But yeah, it was good to get in and then obviously as well do something productive as well.
They say never meet your heroes. What was it like? Was it Was he as authentic in real life
Man,
as
if
what
you
you
hear
see
his
online? Or
T-Pain, yeah, he's like if you hear his T-Pain, definitely meet him. He was the man. He like such a regular, genuine, down to earth guy, like so effortlessly hilarious. He's just a man. Like I'm so grateful to have like somehow in this life, but had T-Pain so to take me under his wing, and I'm just yeah super grateful for him, man. He's the best.
well, Mason, you worked hard for it. You put yourself on his radar. Don't undercut yourself there. You've done some phenomenal stuff in the lead up.
Yeah, he's done his part also, man. He's done a lot.
Hey,
He's really pushed me a lot.
how did he find Dash? Well, how did they get
Uh,
on his radar?
on his Twitch stream, he does reaction streams where people will send him. You can send in your song, and if you like, he opens a Discord channel for like 5 seconds, and if you get your link in there, he listens through. But yeah,
And
man, it
you
was just
popped it in.
I got in there. I waited weeks for it, and I finally got it in time. And
See, this is that
yeah,
hustle. This is all you. You made those opportunities for yourself. Don't undersell.
yeah, we definitely like finesse the situation in like the perfect way because I mean he reacts to a million things, you know what I mean? But we just marketed it right, took it, went, oh, that's viral, put it on TikTok, boom, it went viral on TikTok. I'm back in the chat. I'm like, yo, look, it's going viral. Like, oh my God. It's just yeah, it is pretty dope how we've sort of taken, like I've told him as well, like that was just another day for him, just like another day going through reacting. He's reacted to thousands of songs, but
Mm.
him just doing that regular thing, like it's fully changed my life. It's hectic.
It's kind of crazy for like to realize that
It's
another day in
really
someone else's
crazy.
life has changed the trajectory of yours, and that you
It's
could probably do
really.
that for someone one day too.
I mean, I hope so. Hopefully.
Yeah, for sure. So your Chasing Home EP dropped in Feb this year. You've just wrapped
Mm.
up your Australian tour for that EP. You were meant to be jumping over to the States with T-Pain's tour, but crushingly had to pull out for visa reasons. What is in the pipeline for Mason Dane? What's 2022 hold? 2023 hold?
Man, that's the thing is like I've planned my whole life around like not being available for May. Like
Yeah.
May and June, I'm in America. I can't do anything. So now it's just like open season. But we've had some show offers and stuff come in to keep running some shows, and so I think we'll keep doing that. I'm trying to there's about to be a massive influx of like American artists, international artists coming here for tours. So hopefully try and lock in like some supports.
Yeah.
Um
Who's the
yeah, but
dream
other than
support?
that,
Would you be
yeah,
on like
just
Jack Harlow's support or something?
that would be so
That
crazy.
would be
I feel like that
pretty
makes
dope.
like perfect sense too. Like that'd be
Hey,
so
you're in the
dope.
right place for it. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, hey, Jack Harlow, man.
Let's.
If by some
Oh,
reason
he
you're watching
watches.
this,
He watches all of my interviews. Yeah, yeah.
exactly.
He's
Fuck
in
with
my
me, man.
DMs waiting for this interview to happen when he's in Australia.
Yeah, no, that'd be sick. Like something like that would be really dope. But other than that, just I'm gonna keep making music, putting music out. Just working.
It's exciting. Mason Dane, thank you so much for your time, and I can't wait to watch how the rest of this unfolds.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Tate. I appreciate it.